Okay, so I've just sold on Boom 300. So I've actually entered a trade trading against spikes using the Deriv Ripper Indicator. Okay, so I entered a trade after the new candle started to form after the arrow. So this indicator actually shows you buy and sell signal, but in today's video I'm going to focus on buying and selling in boom and crash, or trading against spikes, how you can trade against spikes and how you can minimize your losses in case of a spike. Okay, so I entered a trade here, and over here is my stop loss of about $4.99 in case of a spike. And I'm also going to talk about stop losses, how they work and how you can use them to your advantage. So I'm going to close this trade right now. $4 is a lot, but if I want I could leave it. So I'm going to close this trade and I'm going to explain why I have decided to close now. So let me just close it. Okay, so now I've got $30 from $25. So now let me start with this indicator, which is the Deriv Ripper. So I'll simply click on indicator list, and it is Deriv Ripper 2.0. So what I'm going to do first of all is that I am going to go to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, so when you go to the 1 minute time frame, let me just try to zoom out. Okay, you can see that the arrows cannot be relied on because these signals are contradicting each other, like buying and selling. So if you would like to trade boom and crash using the Deriv Ripper, the recommended time frame is 15 minutes and above. So let me just do that. Okay, so why am I saying 15 minutes and above? So a spike has just happened and my stop loss was here at the arrow, and I exited here where there is a small blue arrow just before the spike happened. And I did tell you that I'm going to explain why I decided to close the trade at that point. Okay, so first of all, let me talk about how this indicator works. So this indicator actually sends signals, okay, when there's a new trend formation. Okay, some indicators which are out there, which are called spike detectors, we actually send signals like buying and selling when price reaches the overbought and the oversold levels. But that does not really work out. I'm sure you've tried it using the relative strength index. Yeah, but it does work, but it's not always. But this indicator actually shows you buy and sell signals when there's a new trend formation, or when price changes direction. Okay, but again, sometimes it might show you signals in a sideways trend, and I made a 17-minute video on how you can work on it if such a thing happens. So now let me talk about buying and selling, or trading against spikes. Okay, so the first thing about trading against spikes is that spikes will always be there to take you out of the trade. Okay, so that's one thing you need to know. Second, the other thing you have to know is that stop loss will not really work to your favor. Okay, you always lose more. So let me make an example. So let us say, okay, you enter a trade at this level, okay, and this level is your stop loss, and this level is your take profit. Okay, so imagine, okay, so imagine this is crash 1000, crash 1000, crash 1000. Then you enter a trade here. Okay, so when you enter a trade here, okay, maybe before it reaches to take profit here, maybe a spike happens. Bam, imagine this is a spike. Okay, so what will happen is that your trade will not close at this take profit. Your trade will close where the spike will reach. So instead of losing like $4 here, you might happen to lose maybe even $8 over here where the spike will reach. Okay, so this is why people usually say stop loss does not work, because stop loss will only work where the spike will reach. Okay, and the other thing why I said you should use this indicator in 15 minutes time frame is because on a 1 minute time frame, spikes seems to be very long, and that can affect your thinking. Like, a lot of people, when they see one spike against their trades, they close immediately. But as we can see right here, even if there was a spike, the spike did not reach the entry, okay, and the spike did not reach our stop loss, okay, but the spike was there. So if I wanted, I would have still continued holding the trade, but I decided to exit. So now, why did I decide to exit? Okay, so here is the reason. So when I'm trading against spikes, okay, here is my method. When I'm trading against spikes, I usually exit the trade as soon as possible to avoid spikes. Okay, so I am usually a scalper. So just 2 candles or 1 candle in a 15-minute time frame is a lot of money. So as you can see, I made about $4 with just 1 candle, which did not fully complete. So $4 is a lot. Okay, if you can make like 10 trades, 10 times 4, that's like $40. That's a lot. Okay, so just don't be greedy. So if you're trading against spikes, it's better to exit early, because if you wait for price to change direction, you might find yourself in losses. Okay, so how efficient is this indicator when it comes to buying and selling? So let me first tell you about my past. So as for me, in the past, I have not been trading against spikes. Okay, I've usually been trading in favor of spikes. Okay, but since when I worked on this indicator, I can now buy and sell without having to worry about spikes. So all you have to do is simply, when you see an arrow, simply enter a trade. Okay, when you enter a trade, for example here, and set your stop loss here and set your target profit. So in this case, okay, so in this case, my target profit would be probably at this level. Okay, so let us say I was to enter a trade here, and at this arrow would be my stop loss, then this level here would be my target profit. But as you can see, if the arrow pointed up, price did not go up, it still went down. So the stop loss would have closed the trade at somewhere here and would have lost a little. But let us say, for example, here on this signal over here, so let us say you entered at this position, you set your stop loss here, then you set a target profit probably here. Okay, that would have worked out for you. Okay, so yeah, this indicator does work. So the link where you can buy this indicator will be in the description. If you want me to make more videos on how to use this indicator, I can do so. Feel free to comment. Bye for now.